I'm just watching, well, actually, I was just listening and sitting by myself, and In Nomine came on, and it was, my name is Lucifer, and then the other one said, my name is NIKEONUS, and it sounds to my English ear like the one in Didasco, it says, it is Diabolos, but right, he called me abuela, to grandma, right? It sounds like obelisk, being of ancient Egypt, which again, it's all subjective based on, right, elsewhere stuff. And that's NIKEONUS, that's the finsternis, it's the finsternis, I believe, and the other thing is that it brought up a good point of to non-United States English-speaking Americans, the word commissioner, C-O-M-M-I-S, let me say H, but it's not, I-O-N-E-R. I think we actually put an H in there for elsewhere to discern the difference in a bloody obvious English problem difference. I said, change your files. I want you to add an H. I said, because I have a possibility of a NIKEONUS and Luciferian problem down the scope of things and places I don't want to be without Nicholas. So, all right, so what about this? So the commish with an H, the commissioner of the head of security, who for the inner sanctum and the inner family, who does their own work. I mean, the thing is that we let the others, like they do some of their own personal line security of viewing things if with certain paperwork and certain permission and approval. But Niklaus and I are independent of even the inner sanctum. That's how high up we sit. So we do our independent audits and our independent, we double back. If they have put in for a permit for something, we double check for them. So this way we can see between our system and their system, being that we're not tributaries. And we're not direct line in or out of anything attached with money. We're a general pool of the uppermost inner sanctum to make sure that none of the lower business shits swim upstream. So this is why this is like the most unheard of thing, that in America, in English speaking, they made some market, M-A-R-K-E-T, with Wall Street, W-A-L-L-S-T-R-E-E-T. They pay the brokers, B-R-O-K-E-R-S, and the financial guys, whatever, they give them commission. Here's the problem. You also use the word security, being S-E-C-U-R-I-T-Y. The commish, being C-O-M-M-I-S-H, of head of security, is something totally different in elsewhere out of this world territory than the stupid New Yorkers and their financial securities industry with commission. Like paid monkeys in suits that are a big fucking problem. So I don't understand where New York, N-E-W-Y-O-R-K, would be lying, L-Y-I-N-G, to elsewhere security that holds between my UK, holds the English along with Vatican elsewhere for that kingdom record. And then Ukraine has their own, but they have my specific vernacular to ensure that they're protected, because I have hemisphere work that I have to keep separate, and your Englishes are not the same, purposely. And then we add another layer of security of even more language that is not the typical street lingo of everyday poor. I mean, that's, right now I'm living as a commoner, COMMONER, like street poor, STREETPOOR, which should scare the fuck out of everybody at like Luciferian and at Star People and Star God territory, that you've all left me in this position for 41 years after I did all of the living estate work before with a living heir representative of Antonio, which we put on record along with Niklaus. And then I did to prepare for my birth, which would just be a continuous, because Antonio and Louis is still available and alive. And it was just transferred straight on, like seamless for seasonal workers, since timing does matter most in my case, because here's what happens. People come, they're born, they die. And with the zodiac life programming and the skipping around of generations and unpredictability of who you're all waking up in and who's breaking science today for some lower shitbag street commissioner problem. So is it the street commissioners that are the problem, or is it the financial securities of like stocks and bonds on like Wall Street? I'm just curious. All area can't get their fucking story straight, which was documented in your native tongue, paired with my English and paired with what's going on at the time. So there's no fucking excuse whatsoever why there was any delay or any further break of the system. Just for crystal clear clarity.